Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Whenever you guys get in, I am. I'm just sort of trying to keep myself moving right now, and I've just been really behind on like everything. So I'm just doing what I can to just stay on top of things. So I don't really have a plan for today. I'm just gonna stream, answer any questions that people ask and listen to music and do whatever the heck I feel like doing. Right now, I'm just kind of setting. I'm like messing with a technical setup, which I'm just trying to make sure that everything's working. So right now, I'm gonna keep focusing on that for the time being. Looks like I'm dual streaming to Discord, and that is working. So no problems there. And then I have my YouTube. My YouTube has the chat, which I think is working. My title and everything makes sense. Okay, cool. And then my screen. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's me. All right, let's get into it. I think I replied to all YouTube comments, but let me just double check. So I'm gonna start there. Oh, I didn't see this. Okay, so I should answer this. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. If you have any questions, let me know. Actually, let me make sure that you can hear my Google Chrome. Yeah, you can. Hey guys, what's up? Question 14. Huh. It looks like my October 2021 is getting a lot of comments for some reason. I wonder why. Give me a sec. I want to know why that one in particular. By the way, this is all my... Oh, hey, 666. I'm getting a lot of content from my August. Sorry. Let's just double check my... maybe switch it to weekly. I'm getting the most views. Let's do watch time. I'm getting the most watch time on 2018 in the last 28 days. Let's switch to last 7 days. Practice has one, apparently. Huh. People, you know what? Maybe I need to, oh, interesting. People are right now doing practice test one in the final week, in the final 2 weeks leading up to the SAT. Okay. And then this October 2021, I don't know why there's so many comments on it because it's not even, it's like pretty far down. One view in the last, what? This data is like, something's wrong with this data. Wait, does this mean, let me get rid of this playlist. That data is really weird because, oh, here in October 21, it says 2.3 hours for 25 people. But over in the playlist, interesting. People, I didn't realize this. I thought this is just a filter, but it's not just a filter. October 2021, suddenly it's zero. Okay, this is just when they're watching it from the playlist. I had no idea. Okay, just learning new things right now. So right now people are primarily... So people basically don't watch my playlist. Let me just double check my playlist. Oops, that's the wrong playlist. How many people even go into this playlist? 3 hours, 60 people kind of, and 3 hours from just this playlist. But I guess most people aren't using the playlist. Most people are using the search function. They're not, where's that October 2021? What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. So I want to see my traffic source. They're not coming in from the playlist. 3 people came in from the playlist, but a lot of people came from YouTube search. That's interesting. And they're coming in from Where's my... Okay, I guess when there's only 13 views, they don't tell you what keywords they use for privacy purposes. Okay. But yeah, that makes sense. Some browse. Okay. Was this a good video? At least I put timestamps on it, so that's good. All right, now going back to answering that question. Let's go answer this question now. Question 14, can't be A or B. How do I get at D? The wording of the evidence is confusing. Okay, let's go to question 14, which is passage 2. Let me just quickly remind myself what this passage is.
Undoubtedly, we are affected by independent and impartial judges, which means I shouldn't depend on your gender. It depends on judicial integrity, which is the ability and willingness of prejudice.
Give me a sec. Let me change this volume on my Spotify. Okay.
To set aside honest self-appraisal and acceptance of fallibility. This is an ideal, but after. Gender does not play a role in ability or self-restraint. Okay, stop.
I'm confused. Why? How come I can't change my volume anymore? My volume is like stuck. Very weird. Give me a second to deal with some... Okay, it works. Something's wrong with my shortcuts, but whatever, we're good. I kind of fixed it.
Stop. By the way, I'm just going to time real quick. Okay, this is a little different from what I was expecting, but here's what I'm expecting now, okay? I'm expecting the first passage to talk about how, actually, as women, we should try to ignore, right, our womanness, right? Because we are just as capable as men of being impartial. And we should be impartial as judges.
Oh,
so,
this is not a passage I remember very well.
A little longer than I will on time. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
I don't remember this passage very well.
Luncheon Forum at New York County in 1992 by George Miriam Searbaum, okay? Woman on the federal bench. And this is in 2001, about a decade later by Sotomayor, a Latina judge's voice, okay? So we have woman versus Latina, so a subset of women. Okay. That took me 12 minutes, 15 seconds. Here we go. Pause. So I just want to say at this moment, I'm expecting, discussions about, right, because it's a decade in between. I'm expecting discussions about how to make space for women on the federal court circuit, okay, in the first passage. And then in the second passage, I'm expecting some idea that women have made progress.
Okay, I kind of vaguely remember this now. Okay, we can go to questions. Let's go look at the question.
3, 2.
Question 14?
Yeah.
Wasn't it question 14? Ah, dude! Is he talking about the writing? No, he's talking about the reading.
They do the service, 1930.
What the hell?
Oh, sorry. The differences are not damaging. Sorry. Whoa. The differences are potentially beneficial. By ignoring the differences is... Oh, I almost screwed that one. Okay, here we go. 83%.
Interesting.
Wait. Others barely, simply do not care, simply do not care, frankly do not care. Wow, that's kind of awkward. 2015, that took me a while to figure out which word got me.
That's funny. I completely, basically I answered that without even looking at the passage. So this really relied on me actually reading it well, which means I need to go and figure out what this question is asking, and then I need to basically reread this question. Give me a sec.
Barely do not care, simply barely. 83 simply. That one. Okay, cool. By ignoring the differences is... Oh, I almost screwed that one. Okay. Here we go. 83 simply. Okay. Here we go.
Sorry, I'm trying to find... Okay. Maybe I just need to open this PDF.
Different. Yeah.
Okay. In the first paragraph of passage 2, Sotomayor indicates race and gender differences among judges are. Now, I'm just going to go back to the first paragraph, passage 2, but I realize it's actually really clumsy using the video to look at the thing, so I'm just going to go to my iPad real quick. Give me a second to move to my iPad. 2021, October. Where's my iPad? Okay. So you should be able to see, there we go. So I'm just looking at Sotomayor's opinion on race and gender differences. Okay, so that's the here. Our differences as women or men of color, that's 54, 55. 54, 55. Ignoring our differences does a disservice to the law and society. So then it's, oh, I see. Possibly beneficial is the disserving. Yeah. So that's 55. Like 54, 55. Ignoring does a disservice. 55, 56 is to the law and society, which, the public at large. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. All right, let me go and write this up. All right, let's see, where are we? Oh, here. What's that? I wonder whether we do a disservice both to the law and society by ignoring them. So What am I looking for right now? The answer choice. I just zoned out. How can I do a more natural? It's kind of awkward. Just gonna get rid of that. What the shit? Oh, what? It just oh my god! It just like canceled, deleted all that. Okay, no. I'm just messing with the formatting here. All right. Well, that's my very teacherly answer. I'm guessing you're not looking where the question stem is asking you to. The question stem says that Sotomayor indicates that race and gender differences among judges are. At what lines? Oh, forgot to do this weird, fix this formatting issue. Okay. All right, that gets me my answers here. YouTube comments. I'm like tired right now. No more YouTube comments. Okay. Let me try free rice. Free rice is boring when I'm the only one doing it. So, what was I messing with last time? I was looking at Kahoot. How come all my tabs went away? I don't remember deleting all my tabs. But all my tabs are gone right now. I remember doing Kahoot. I remember doing a couple things that were pretty fun. You know what? I'm going to do Wordle today. Wordle. All right, Wordle time. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. No one's asking questions today for some reason, but I guess you might be newcomers and you're all being shy. Let's try moat. M is not very common, right? Chote. Okay. That's not a word. But it sounds a lot like a very prestigious high school. And then also sounds like a curse, like a sort of like a gross word. Spore. Those are pretty common letters. P is, I guess, less common, but whatever. I'm just gonna go with it. Okay. Trade. Trade. T is pretty common. Yeah, I'll try it. Trade. Dude. But there's so many combinations here. But what can go with G? It could be. What can go with R? It could be GR. It could be. It can't be SR. Hang on. I'm plus already. That's not. That's a very. We already used. Oh wait, I have a T in there, so that makes it very. So there's only a couple words here. There's orate, there's irate, but those are harder words, and Wordle doesn't tend to use harder words, like more like vocab. Like orate is for oration, irate is for very angry. Okay. There's great, which is a very specific thing. There's crate, which I haven't used the C yet. There's freight is not a word. I mean, it is, but not. It pronounces not spelled this way. Trait is not a word. There's trait, but it's spelled differently, right? It's straight. Irate. I'm gonna go between. Okay, so it could be crate. It could be great. And it could also be. It could be C. It could be G. It could also be I, and technically it could be orate, but O has already been used. So C, G, and I. The problem though is that's actually, I feel like C and G are both equal. I feel like all of these are equally possible. So I have two choices right now. I can either just go, I can just gamble CGI, or I can go for a for sure answer by using a word like corgi. And if I use a word like corgi, then I can know for sure which one it is, and then I can be. So I can go for finishing this in 3, or for the gamble of finishing this in 3, or for the certainty of finishing this in 2, right? But basically, what this is saying is, I can finish this 100% by the fourth fourth turn, or I can finish this 66% by the fourth turn. But that's better than 50%, so might as well go for it, right? So is it crate or is it great? Or is it irate? God, if it's gonna be irate, it's gonna. Oh, dude, I don't feel good now. Wait, statistically, what should I be going for? Statistically, any poker players out there? Like, I should go for. I could be 100% here, or I could be 30% here, 33% here. Obviously, if it was more than 50% chance here, I would definitely go for it right now. Or even if it was 50% here, I would go for it. But it's 33% here and 66% by here. And then 50% by here. Oh, and then it's 50% by here. That's why I'm feeling uncomfortable. I see. Then I guess in this case, I would go for Corgi. Okay. And it's great. All right. Interesting. I'm not a poker player, so I'm not good at calculating my chances on the spot. But I think that would be an interesting skill to build up. Hey, they have play spelling bee. That's like a thing right away. That's cool. And then they have this Wordle bot. That's interesting. I got 350 on the writing section. Can you advise something to do well on vocab questions of writing test? I mean, it's actually better if you give me a assalamu alaikum, blessings. But I think it really would help me help you better if you actually gave me an example sentence. But as a general tip, the thing that you should be doing is cover the answer choices. Do not look at the words, okay? Because the words are going to pollute your thinking. You want to have clean logical thinking first before you have to get into the vocabulary game, okay? So get the logic out of the way. And what is the logic? Go back to the original sentence and then using your right hand, cover the answer choices. Using your left hand, cover the word, okay? Blank out the word. At first, do it physically. In the future, you don't have to do it physically, but at the beginning, when you're not used to it, you're going to need these training wheels. Cover it with your index finger, the word, and then read the sentence around it and say the word blank in that blank, okay, where the original word was. Blah, 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 blank, blah, 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 blah. And then ask yourself, what are the context clues, that kind of tells me the characteristics of this word in this blank? Right? Because from the context, you can tell if this is supposed to be a positive word, a negative word, if it's supposed to be connected to some concept that was described before or after. You should be looking for all the clues that will describe what goes into the blank. And once you have the clues, then you should make a prediction. Sometimes you can't predict a single word. Sometimes you have to predict like using some sort of vague description of the word, but that's okay as long as you have any kind of prediction. You don't have to be like a vocabulary machine. You just have to know what you're looking for. So any sort of phrase or even a full sentence to predict that one word would be good. And then once you have that prediction, go back to the answer choices and see the one that matches. Now, if your logic is perfectly fine and you still make the wrong answer choice, then it's a vocabulary issue. If it's a vocabulary issue, then you did the best that you can, and you're just unlucky. But get rid of all the luck elements by making sure that you're 100% on the logic, by making sure you got all the context clues. Okay, and that's my tip for the vocabulary, the word and context questions. Spelling bee time. You have to have 4 letters. I forgot about that. Rabo. Boar is a word. Boa is a word, but Boaz is a name. Boaz is a name. Oops, Boaz is a name. They are not bona fide is a Latin word, but yeah, I guess that doesn't. Bong is a word. Born is a word. Borg is a word? No, it's not a word. Okay, cyborg, but Borg is not, I guess. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Bose, bogey, boger, bogo. Okay, it's an acronym, so I guess that doesn't count. But Asadbek. I don't know how to pronounce that. Hey, let me look that up. Let me know if that was helpful, and also if you've been doing anything similar to that. It's an Uzbek. How do you pronounce it though? Maybe come on. I don't want music videos. I want an interview. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Asadbek. I don't know. Anyway, Bono, pro bono, bono is bono or okay. Am I done with the B words right now? Bongo is a word, by the way. It's a type of instrument. Gore. Hey, what happened? Oh, whoops. Bon. We could have French words that start with bon. By the way, guys, welcome to the stream. If you're feeling shy and you don't have a question you do have a question to ask, but you're just too shy to ask, just start by saying hi, man. You can say hi. Bon. Harry, what's up? I see you. I just want to kind of complete this thought that's in my head. Bonnet, but I'm looking for a Frenchy word, but Bonaire, Bonoa, Bonroa, Bonrong, Bonrago, I'm just making Bonzoa, Benzo, Banar, Bant. Okay, bang. Okay. Harry, any advice for reading? October's the last test. You don't know if you should read the question. Oh my God. Bruh, if you don't know me, my whole brand is read first. So I have a question. Harry, can you just describe your journey with... No, that's too broad. Just let me know what you've seen of my YouTube videos, so at least I know what is our starting point, okay? What have you at least seen from my YouTube videos in the past? And when you saw them, what was your reaction? Did it change the way you, did it change your approach at all? Just give me any of that detail, because then that gives me a base from which to start, because then I can tell you what to do after that. Bambi, Balboa, Bengay, Bangarang. Wait, Bangarang is a thing, right? Oh, it's a fucking song by Skrillex. Bangarang. I'm thinking of something from Hindi, from Bollywood. Bangar. Bang. Bhangra. There is Bhangra, right? That's a thing. Bhangra, that's a thing, right? It's a type of music. It's a dance. That's what I was looking for. Bhangra. Anyway, bromide, I feel like there's a lot of chemical words that I'm kind of mixing. Bronze. There's no bronze though. This is so hard. This game is so freaking hard, dude. Every time I do it, I'm stressed out. Bronze. Brona. Dude, what is? This game is so hard. Okay. Especially for dual passage history, where the text is confusing, you're always on a time crunch, which... Okay, well, I mean, what's your score though? I guess okay, yeah. I can start giving some advice though. I'm pretty close to giving you advice, but I kind of want to know what your current score is. Like, take the average of your last 3 reading tests, and how many did you get wrong? Oh, you're -10. Yo, you should definitely read first. Oh my God. You need to read first because you're not going to make significant improvements. Maybe right now between now and the next and you're going to take the test again in 1 week, right? You can probably fit in, if you're like really serious about it, you can probably fit in like 5 tests, right? But read first, and the thing that you really must do is you must stop sinking all your time onto question like 8 and question 14 and question 22, because those 3 questions, I'm just making up these numbers by the way, but those 3 questions, I guarantee you, for the love of God, you spent 6 minutes combined total on those 3 questions. Fuck them. Question 8, question 14, question 22, you wasted way too much time on them. You might have even spent 8 minutes on those 3 questions alone. Okay? You need to be like, hey, you look at the question stem, and you're like, God damn, I don't know what the question stem is even asking. You kind of like do a quick skim for the passages, through the passage, to try to see, do I like at least kind of remember where this question, but you can't find it, then skip it. Skip question 8, circle, skip, and return. Come back later after you're done with the test. Now, if that makes you feel uncomfortable, then you can do process elimination first. This is not necessarily what you have to do, but you can at least do a process elimination, eliminate 2 of them, and then just like kind of like guess 50-50 on one of them, and then lightly bubble in, your guessed answer. But then circle, skip, and return. Circle, skip, and return, because 8, 14, and 22, I guarantee you, if you actually take a stopwatch and if you actually make a recording of your video of you doing it, I guarantee you there's like 3 questions where you spent more than 2 minutes on and you didn't even get them right. You got them wrong, even though you spent like 6 to 8 minutes on them. And that is what's destroying your last 2 passages. What you want to do is you want to reduce the threshold, okay, of confidence on some of those questions. If there are questions that are overly difficult, you need to just be comfortable, because you're a smart guy. You get -10 on the reading. It means you are a smart guy. You're doing well at school. If you're -10 on reading, your problem is you're too perfectionistic, and you're like, oh, your threshold's too high. Like, I have to be this comfortable before I move on. No, F that, okay? If you're getting -10, that means at least 5 of them you're gonna get wrong, by the way. At least 5 questions in the first 3 passages, you're very likely to get wrong, right? So they're kind of like your final bosses. Don't waste all your time on them, okay? So just skip them. Just skip them. And as you lower your threshold, as you start skipping the hard questions, or at least like lightly bubbling in a 50-50 answer and then skipping, right? Circle, skip, and return. As long as you're skipping them, you'll realize that naturally you're able to hit 35 minutes for 3 passages. Once you can do that, okay, you'll realize that, out of the -10, you can start easily taking on -8, because there's 2 questions, right, that when you finish the test in 60 minutes or 61 minutes, right, you have 4 minutes left, you can go back and out of like the 10 questions that you would have gotten wrong, right, out of like the 5 questions that you circled, there's 2 that are easier to work on. They're like the less difficult final bosses. So you can work on them. And then you'll get down to -8. And then rinse and repeat. As you do this over and over and over, you can get the -8 down to -6. Now, this is just pure time management. So there are probably fundamental weaknesses in your reading and your understanding that we can, technically work on. But you don't have the time for that in the last 7 days. You really only have the time to up your test taking mechanics, which which time management is part of. And so what you need to do, lower your threshold. Let yourself save time on the overly difficult questions that you're likely to get wrong anyway. Circle, skip, and return. Finish the test. Finish 3 passages in 35 minutes. Finish 5 passages in like 61, 62 minutes, and then reuse the remaining time to strategically choose the ones that you are likely to actually get right. Okay, and I think that's going to make a noticeable difference immediately. But all of the kids, I don't know why this advice I feel like is really hard unless I do tutoring. Many kids don't even take this advice because they still take 38 minutes to finish the first 3 passages, and they just don't move on. They can't drop their threshold. So I don't know, like I've seen so many kids just like never drop their threshold, and they just keep rushing the 5th passage. If that's your position, I mean, I just want you to know, whatever you got to do it different from what these other kids are doing, where they keep getting stuck, never dropping their threshold. Drop your threshold, move on. Okay, I'm gonna keep sticking with bow because I do feel like I have more bow. Bango, that's not a word. Bromide, Broen, Brona. Dude, I feel like there's a word here. Brood. No. Brune? That's not a word. Brooch, Broga. Dude, okay. By the way, guys, I've been fasting since I haven't had a meal since last lunch. So it's been about 24 hours now. I'm starting to feel that head high and like the sort of lightheadedness. It's getting a little, it's not helping me with this game. Do we have Boone? We do have Boone. Boone, hell yeah. Boone was a boon. Going back to Harry. Thanks for the advice. Line evidence questions. I guess if that's easy for you, that's fine. Okay, so if you're performing differently from the practice tests than from the real tests, oh my God, I'm like really feeling the lack of calories right now. I'm just like getting dizzy while I'm talking. But if you're, okay, let me just get some water real quick. Okay, so if you're performing differently on the real tests than you are on the practice tests, what's very likely to be happening is you actually have a decent rhythm, a decent procedure. Okay, what I call order of operations. Sometimes you have a decent order of operations, and you systematically and repeatedly use it over and over and over on every single question in the practice tests. Okay, I'll give you what I mean. I'll to illustrate what I mean. I'll give you my order of operations. When it comes to the questions, I look at the question stem. And then I try to make a prediction. If I can't make a prediction right away, I look back at the part of the passage that the question stem is asking me. Because I have a decent map of the passage, I know where it's at. Even if the question stem doesn't give me a line reference, I know where it's asking me to look. Okay, I almost never do not know where to look in the passage. Is it in the top left, the bottom left, top right, bottom right? I know exactly where to look almost all of the time. Then I go back to the question stem, and now I make a prediction. Once I make my prediction, this prediction doesn't have to be a full sentence. Like, it doesn't have to be a perfect sentence, but I try to make it as close to a perfect sentence, to match what the answer choice will say. But in my head, I'm just doing it really quickly. But, it doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm looking for something like blah, 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 like this concept. I'm looking for this concept to come out, right? That's kind of like a prediction. Then I look for A, B, C, D. I look through A, B, C, D, and I'm not doing process elimination. I'm looking for a match, okay? So then after the prediction, I look for a match. If I find a match and I'm very high confidence, I just move on. I don't even do process elimination. If I find a match, but I'm not very high confidence, then I do process elimination. If I don't find a match, then what I do is I do process elimination for what I do know so far based on my initial prediction, And through the proclamation, if I can find if I can narrow down to one answer, then I check myself: do I have high confidence or not? If I don't have high confidence, but it's already been spending a lot of time, I move on. But if I do have, if I do have high confidence, I obviously move on. If I don't have high confidence, but I spent a lot of time, then I will just circle, skip, and return. I'll just choose it and I'll circle it so I can come back. If I don't have high confidence, but I feel like I can, if I feel like I can answer really quickly by just double checking, then I go back to the question stem, I reread the question stem, I re-predict. If I need to look at the passage to re-predict, I look at the passage and then I re-predict and then I double check. Now this is my second time predicting, and this is my second time doing the matching. If I look for it and if I see the match, then I'm good, I'm going. If I look for it, I don't see the match, it doesn't matter. I already did it twice. I'm gonna circle, skip, and return. I'm gonna circle it. I'm gonna choose this answer. I'm gonna choose the answer. I'm gonna circle it. I'm gonna come back to it if I have more time. So that is my order of operations. Okay. Now, it's very, 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 very systematic for me. I do it. It's like, like when you ask an engine to fire, like if you have like a car engine and you kind of want it to run, okay? And dear engine, please run. The engine isn't gonna sort of decide which pistons to fire off in which order. It's gonna fire off every single piston in the same freaking order. It's a circular, repetitive movement. And your practice test probably actually look like that. The thing though is that when you get psyched out on the real test, you're gonna start doing things differently from the way that you were doing on the practice test. So just stabilize that. Just commit to it. Let yourself know what your actual system is, what your actual procedure is, what your order of operations is. Confirm with yourself that your order of operations is the one that you want to go with, and then just stick to the plan. Don't change it. On the real test, commit to it. As long as you commit to it, you'll do much better than you expect. Okay? Just commit to your order of operations. I'm looking for a bore is a word, like a sort of churlish, a sort of rude, crude, sort of ignorant fellow. Boob is a word. I don't think you guys don't need to know what a boob is. It's an idiot. Boom? It's not a word. Did I get born? I did get born, right? Borgen? That's like a name. Booze. There's no E. Boozy? Booza? Boozu? Bozo. Bozo is a word. Oh, hey. Bozo. I was not expecting that word. All right. I've done a lot of B words and I'm getting bored, so I'm going to try something else. Noob. Oh, hey, noob is a word? Hey, I was not expecting that. Harry, that's yeah, I mean, that's what you just said is an extremely simplified version of what I actually do. But I'm not telling you to use my order operations. If you want to figure out what my order operations is, you can basically kind of watch my streams and kind of figure it out. But basically, my short version of my order operations is question stem, predict, answer choice. Okay, that's the trinity. Question stem, predict, answer choice. But then the much more complicated version is everything I just said. Okay, which is way more complicated. But because there's a lot of if-thens, right? If I'm not confident, if I am confident, right? So use those words and try to sketch out your order operations. It's actually going to take some time. Take a practice test, so take one passage even, do it without time limit, just don't stress yourself out about time, but do it very self-consciously, okay, what should I do at this very moment? And be very procedural about it, and then try to sketch out your order operations by taking a test. Boo-boo? Ho, boo-boo! No, they don't let me. Oh, they actually do an upsell at this point? Bro, are you serious? Okay, how much is this? If this is good YouTube content, then I will pay money for. The New York Times crossword puzzle is it worth $12 for a whole year? It is only $12. But the crossword puzzle is so hard that I don't like doing it, but I do feel like it's actually not bad content. So hang on, 150 is $16 for every month, whereas 1250, that's only a $3 difference, right? 150 is $18. $18 per year. So that's a $5 difference. You know what? Whatever. I'll just go with this. I'll pay for it. I might have to hide my screen so that you guys don't get my my credit card information. So let me just hide my screen real quick. You can look at my iPad. You can look at my quotations here. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, actually, I think I'm pretty happy spending $1.50 per month for YouTube games. I think that's pretty good. Boo boo. Boo boo was a good word. Boo boo was a good word. Goob. I feel like goob is a word. Oh, it's like a nickname. I guess it's a nickname. Yeah. Like goob. What is goob a nickname of? Yagubian? No, that's not the normal. Hang on. Goober. I forgot about goober. Okay, that's no etymology though. All right, well, can't think of it. Goob bar. Foo bar. Harry, let me know. Let me know how that works. Are you in the Discord server? If you're not, you can just join. If you're not, you don't have to though. No pressure. But also, just let me know. Like, it could be just any random video. I basically reply to every single comment. So any random video or in Discord, let me know how that goes for you, and then I can give you follow-up tips if you need them. But also, I kind of like hearing the good news. If it works for you, I'd like to hear how it goes for you. Barbara. Sad. Barbaros, Barbara, Barbation, Barneb, Barnacle, Barnan, Bargan, no I, Bargano, gang, gang. I mean, gang rape is basically the word that came to mind. Gangrene, but I need a B. Gingivitis. What is try your method and OOO? What is OOO? Out of office? That's what I know. Benzene is like, I keep thinking of like chemical terms. Knob. Order of operation. Oh, that. Oh my god, that's so funny. You just helped me make my own etymology for my own. You know what? I should make a YouTube video on order operations. Actually, I should. You know what? I'm gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Let me write that. Good idea. Zub. Zonobar. Zonobo. Bonobo. Bonobo. Whoops. Bonobo. Hell yeah. Bonobo. I am at solid right now. Oh my god, this feels so unreachable. But you know what? It's not that unreachable because I've mainly been using B words. Like, starting with B. When can I get... Oh, I'm not going to promise. I'm sorry. I know that this is not helpful for you in particular, but my motivation level goes up and down all the time, so I'm just going to do it when I can do it. But I do want to do it before the... Just to be absolutely clear, I do want to do it before the October test because it's useful before the October test. I mean, there are some kids who are going to take the December test, but October is a big month, so I'm going to do it soon, but I'm just not going to promise a specific date right now. But I want to do it as soon as possible. You know, my schedule every day is kind of like hectic, so I just need to figure out when I can do it. Noba, that's not a word. Gabar, goblin, gabon, gabar, gabru. Yeah, no, there's going to be a lot of people in your position, just like you. So I should definitely do it. But, you know, you kind of you've sort of heard everything. But if you have further questions, you don't have to wait for a video. You can ask me the question right now. like just let me know what you don't understand about the order operations. And then, like, I'll just explain it. You know, you don't have to wait for me to do this thing. Abong. Ablong is a word. That's not a word I've used in a long time. Oblong is a word, and that's not a word I've used. Ablong, is ablong a word? I don't think ablong's a word. I mean, it's a fake word. Okay. Bloon. A boot. A boon. Okay, I'm going to start with ABs now. Aber, abu, abong, abnig, abnog, abnaz, abnor, amnar, amna, amning, amnegate, amno, amna, nub, abraid, abrobe, abrab, abraid is a word, abrain, wait, brang? No. Brag? Good. Brand. Brands. Branna? Brab? Brabble? I don't know. Okay, no. Abracadabra. Abrag. Abrao feels like a Portuguese word. That seems like a Portuguese word. That sounds very Portuguese to me. -2 is very hard. So -2 is it's a combination of a lot of things. So literally, if your goal is for -3, honestly, up until that point, it's fairly predictable. But starting at -2, -1, -0, that becomes like, oh my god, there's not a single tip because it is the sum total of everything. So like in the AP. You can't, Rahul, thanks for the contribution, but you're only allowed to use words with 4 letters or more. Rabbi, Rabo? What was I trying to say? Yeah, so honestly, it's highly unpredictable what happens for -2. Like the thing for -2 is you got to be a good reader, you got to be a good writer, you have to be able to combine sentences. So I can give long-term tips, but I can't give short-term tips for -2 other than have good order operation, and just do what you're doing. I can't really say anything more beyond that because -2, like everyone treats the writing as if it's like this shoe-in, like it's the most easy thing in the world. It's not. It's easy until 30, like -6. If you want to get to 38 out of 44, it's pretty easy. You just need to learn all the rules. You're good. You barely even have to read. You don't even have to read you don't really have to read the passages if you want to get -6 or 38 out of 44. But once you want to get -2, -3 at least, right? To get up to 42 out of 44, now you really need to be reading. You need to be reading, and you need to be not getting the main idea questions wrong, and you need to be confident on the sentence order questions. But it's a lot of things there. You have to not just the parallelism and the comparison, but the pronouns, the determiners, the subject-verb agreement. You need to have all of that, right? You need to have a really solid base, and then on top of that, right? Now you need to be able to, in the final two questions, now you need to be able to make decisions like. There's multiple rules potentially at play, and potentially, this is extremely rare by the way, but potentially the answer choice is kind of wrong if you're being super technical. It's kind of wrong for one of these rules, but there's a more common sense rule on top that makes me choose the technically wrong answer, but I can choose the common sense answer because that's how good writing works, right? Now that's extremely rare that the SAT does that, but I have seen at least one question on the SAT where they actually had a dangling modifier that you still choose as the correct answer because in that context, out of the four answer choices, that was the best choice for the continuity of idea, the flow of ideas. So that's extremely rare. But like the last two questions are extremely hard to predict because there's so many things going on. It's like the sophistication point for the AP essays. The sophistication point is not one skill. It's the whole. It's the entire complex of all of your skills. It's the synthesis of all your skills, and you have to be able to, there's a je ne sais pas about it. It's hard to describe in all of its parts. It's sort of like the full effect of it. So that's kind of like what gets you to -2, -1, -0. But if you haven't been properly reading the passages, you should start there and start experimenting with that. But you only have 7 days, so I would not suggest doing too many dramatic experiments. Experiment for the next 2-3 days, and then just stabilize. Stabilize for the last 3-4 days. What was this SAT score I got as a high school student? I got 800 on math and 800 on reading. I got 700 on writing when they had a writing section back in the day. But the caveat there was I never learned grammar. And I didn't practice for the SAT separately. I didn't specifically study for the SAT. I just took a couple practice tests and I went into SATs. Without studying grammar. So if I'd actually learned grammar, like dangling modifiers and like, some of the sort of, what would I call it? Like some of the sort of like less, like honestly, they're very easy, but you just need to learn them. And then right? If I could sort of, have had time to learn grammar, I'm pretty sure I would have gotten a much better, writing score. Hey, unpronounceable in the Discord. You can chat with me here in the chat room in streaming. And if you have anything interesting, I might even let you do voice chat. But for now, SAT chat, not the SAT chat. Sorry, the chat in the streaming chat room. Okay, I'll be checking your chat. So anyway, yeah, I got 800 on reading, 800 on math, and then 700 on writing, but I didn't know grammar, so that obviously harms my writing. And I got 800 on SAT Lit, I think. I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, I didn't take SAT Lit when I was in high school. I took it as a tutor, so obviously I got 800. I got 800 in Math 2C. I got 800. I got 780, I think, on physics. 770 or something. I don't know. It's all there. Oh, Harry is in the Discord. Okay, you're unpronounceable. Rebar, Robon, Bob, robber. You know what? I'm getting tired. Let's go to free rice. I want to do something easier. Passive means inactive. Passive is an extremely obvious and important word. Methodical. You guys should all know this. I'll give you guys 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Systematic. I went to University of Chicago. Maroons represent. I went to the school for the nerds because I just loved studying. I loved studying. Empathize means understand in this case, because empathize, empathy, empathize, empathetic, okay? Which is different from emphatic, guys. Emphatic, what does emphatic mean? Merriam-Webster, emphatic. I'm gonna actually, what does emphatic mean, guys? Not empathetic, but emphatic. You guys know, anybody? I'll give you guys 5 seconds. Also, there's a delay between the stream and you guys. So, Surya, are you into economics? Is that why? Why do you love the Chicago? Emphatic means emphasis. Okay, so we're gonna go with that. Gyration means circular motion. You guys should all know this because science, right? So I'm gonna move on. Fib means. Yeah. So Discord is gonna have 0 lag. YouTube is gonna have like a couple seconds lag. I don't know how many seconds. I'm actually kind of curious how many seconds there are. But yeah, just let me know how that is. Fib means, oh, do you guys know fib? Fib is a word that might come out on the literature section, but it would almost certainly never come out on any of the science. Oh, it might also come out in the social sciences section. Do you guys know what fib is? I do not, Harry, I do not prefer YouTube or Discord. Whatever's comfortable for you, honestly. It's fine. I'll be just double checking both windows. Okay, you guys know what fib is? Fib is a falsehood. Number 3. It's a lie. Okay, riveting. Everyone should know what riveting is, right? Riveting. I would say riveting is common enough. You should know it. You should know it for the SAT if you're aiming above 700 at all. Like, you should always know it. Fascinating. Moving on. Lanky. Oh, this is more useful for literature when we're describing certain characters. A lanky character. Can you imagine what a lanky character is? Which word? Is it a disorderly character, a handy character, a gangly character, noteworthy? That is noteworthy. Noteworthy. That is gangling. Okay, like kind of lanky, tall, lanky is very skinny, lanky. They're combination. Somebody who sort of like moves around like this, you know, sort of like not like a military, not like somebody who's gonna go to Harvard with their chest, you know, high and proud and, you know, has like a nice confident stride, but like a lanky person, you know, like a little bit spastic, a little bit like kind of janky, lanky, you know, accommodating. Ooh. Actually, you guys know this word? I'm going to wait for answers. Somebody answer this. Accommodating. You guys know? I feel like you should know the words. You even know like the definitions in your head, but you might not know how to match the words in this case. So I think this is a good question. Yeah, I see somebody with a not very confident obliging. Anybody else? Actually, there might only be one viewer on YouTube, so you know what, I'm going to keep going. All right, time is up. Obliging is correct. When you're so accommodating means you are being you are making accommodations for somebody else, as in you are not helping. What's the word? Like accommodating them. You are being of convenience to the other person by serving their needs, you know, making sure their needs are their needs are like being met or whatever. So that's accommodating. But then there's obliging, as in like it means the same thing. Like you're being helpful to that other person. Neutralize. Oh, so it's literally just you and me, Harry. Okay, cool. Neutralize is I don't know what the hell. Oh, I see. Neutralize is counteract. What time zone am I in? I'm in the Korea, Japan time zone. Korea, Japan, and parts of Australia time zone. We call it Korea Standard Time. Actually, what else is in Korea Standard? GMT +9. Yeah, it's almost midnight. It's oh yeah, it's 11:12 for you right now. Yeah, yeah. What? Where's the countries? I just want to know the countries. Here we go. No, I was in Brooklyn in what do you call it? Surya is asking me. Surya thought I was in the U.S. I am American. I was in Brooklyn in the spring, or I was in New York basically in the spring. New York, New Jersey in the spring. I'm in Korea for the summer, and I'll be in Vietnam for the fall for fall. So I'm all over the place. This is a good song. Who's this song? Who this be? I do not know this person. Oh no, where's the main artist? I don't know this person. They're not popular at all. Okay. Okay, anyway, going back to UTC now. So this includes, Hong Kong? What? Hong Kong's at the same time zone? That makes no sense. What? That makes no sense. But, okay, Palau, Japan, parts of Indonesia and Malaysia. Okay. Or Malaysia? No, this is just Indonesia. Wait, does Malaysia... Hang on, where's Malaysia? Where's Singapore? Now I'm confused. That's Singapore. And Malaysia has some of this stuff, but yeah, not that. Okay. Oh, this is the Japanese occupation. What the hell? Why do we start with the Japanese occupation right away? That should be in the history section. Why? What the hell, dude? It's like during the Nazi occupation. Like, why would that be the very first thing in the UTC-9? That's insane. Like, Japanese occupation, by the way, should be like, honestly, it should sound like the Nazi occupation. That's what it should sound like, because it's not a happy time. It's like fucked up. And then we have, so Japan and Korea and Indonesia. So I didn't know Indonesia was the same time zone, but that's good to know. Maybe I'll go to the Indonesia next time. All right, whatever. So that's good enough for me. Wait, which part of Australia, though? No part of Australia? Oh, we don't overlap at all. Wait, there's like this... What? That doesn't... They just skip it? That's interesting. That's interesting. Anyway, going back to some of the chat here. We have... does anyone feel if 2021, 2022 are easier... I would not say so. I think it's random. So mausoleum, you guys know what a mausoleum is? If you play video games, you should know mausoleum. If you visited Europe, I guess. Mausoleum, tomb. Frankly, everyone should know frankly. Frankly, to be honest, frankly, candidly, monotonous. You guys should know. Unvarying. Egotistical. Everybody knows. Conceited. That's correct. Impeach. How do you not... if you're paying attention to American politics at all, how do you not know impeach with all the Trump thing, the Trump news? Accused of a crime. Oh, extrude? That's such a funny word that it came out. Extrude, when you're... that comes out in science sometimes, I guess. Yeah. Extrude. That was a hard word to come out in the middle over here. Prospective. You guys are going to be prospective students, okay? When you get admitted to your college, I'm going to call it University of X. You get accepted to University of X, and you visit your prospective students, because you're going to check your prospects. You're assessing your future, right? Your future. So what is that? That's anticipated. Wait, let me just double check. Harry said anticipated. Anticipated is correct. Aforethought. Wait, aforethought. Wait. Hang on. Aforementioned. Aforethought. I've never used this word. That is funny. I've never used this word. I don't know what the meaning is. I've never used this. I don't even recall seeing this word very much. Interesting. You guys know what the word is? It is premeditated, but that's only an awkward definitional connection. Honestly, it's not like. I guess it works. I guess they work as synonyms. Never mind. That's interesting. I'm gonna look up some usage examples of aforethought. And oh, I don't have this on. Okay, let me actually add this to my Chrome. I need to start having this on my Chrome. What? Why is that not valid? Huh? The shit? Okay, whatever. I guess I'll just use this voice. Google used to just like collect all this for you, but like now you have to like freaking like do it manually. It's so annoying. God, private people who freak out about internet privacy are so annoying. They're such a waste of. Anyway, let's just choose any random word here. Let's make sure. Yeah. Hang on. What? Do I need this? I don't think we need this. If I get this, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. And then, what's the search engine? Okay, now I have that working. So one look. Yep, now it works. And I was looking for aforethought. So I'm just going to look at these examples because this is not a word I use. So I feel awkward. Like I feel awkward about this word. Do you understand you're being charged with murder in the second degree and in that you did... Wait, something's wrong here. Oh, that's just not a good sentence. Whatever this source is, it's not very good. The film's greatest pleasure was that each painful story was narrated without exploitativeness, aforethought, but with the aim of teaching us some science. Okay, that's a very heavy way of using this word. Even repetition, aforethought, with much malice, even repetition with malice, aforethought. Malice, aforethought seems to be a phrase that The Guardian likes, but this is across multiple years, so it's different authors probably. But that's interesting. Precision, aforethought. It's a heavy word. Now, what happens if I click on New York Times? Oh, it just literally gives me to the original source. Yeah, I don't need that. But I guess it's, this was used even this year, even a couple of weeks ago. Hang on, let me read this. Her consistency of, this is about the Queen even. I just clicked on that thing. Her consistency of dress was a sign of reliability in the face of global change, a physical expression of her job as a living historical symbol, and a tool wielded with precision, aforethought. Okay, I see that. I see how that works. Unlike many of the distortions floating around social media, this one didn't arise from malice aforethought. So malice aforethought is a very common phrase apparently, but I didn't know this. Malice aforethought. That's interesting. It must be a legal term? Premeditated murder, malice aforethought. Let's go see if I can I see it in some Malice, aforethought. Okay. Oh, that's, I'm like learning a new word. Yeah, and malice, aforethought. It's very commonly used in like kind of malice, aforethought. Yeah, malice, aforethought is extremely common. All four example sentences for Merriam-Webster are from malice, aforethought. Although, even though these are selected automatically. God, I love Merriam-Webster. Such a good online dictionary. Okay. Yep. By the way, guys, if you want to learn vocabulary like a real smart person, not some sort of SAT dummy, you gotta stop thinking of, oh, I need to learn this one definition for this one question. You need to start having a polyamorous relationship with these vocabulary words, man. Like, you gotta love the hell out of malice. You gotta love the hell out of aforethought, premeditated, and you gotta learn every way of using, like, every single word is a new word to have a relationship with, and you kind of want to learn the full range of how it can be used. Okay, and so you should be very habitually looking up Merriam-Webster, vocabulary.com, OneLook. WordNik was something I just like rediscovered because WordNik has been dead to me for a while, but then apparently it still exists. So I actually want to double check WordNik. Oh, it doesn't look like it got updated in a while, but let's see. Let's see, aforethought. Has definitions. Vocabulary.com already does the same thing, so. But they have the reverse dictionary. Oh, this is actually pretty useful. But while we update our database, see, I don't think they're still under development, but WordNik used to be so great. Anyway, yeah. Generic, what's up? Infamous, notorious. Everyone should know this. I'm going to move on. Splice. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting word. That's interweave. Yeah, that's interesting. Interweave. Going back to Harry in the Discord chat. You redid grammar mistakes, some of them so careless, though when I did them live, everything seemed perfect. Yeah, I mean, probably what's happening there was your order operations again. I think I was talking to you about the order operations. You probably don't, you're probably like approaching, like, even though in your head you feel like you're approaching the question in the same way every single time, you're probably actually kind of changing it up. When you look at question 1, 2, and 3, you're doing fine, but then question 4 stresses you out, so you change up your routine, you change up your pattern, your order operations. And so every time you change your order operations, you're actually very likely to make mistakes that you normally wouldn't. Because then on question 4, you start changing order operations, but question 5 is a really easy one, but you just got shook up on question 4. So now on question 5, you're sort of scatterbrained. And so that'll harm you on the easy questions as well. Apprehend. I strongly recommend reading the Checklist Manifesto at some point in your life. Checklist Manifesto. Let me just type it correctly. Oops. Checklist Manifesto. It's a book about how like doctors came to use the checklist, and it was like a major innovation in medicine. Because the checklist is such a banal tool, but it's such an important cognitive tool. Because our brains are not capable of like handling like lists of instructions. So the checklist is like this perfect tool, and it's so powerful. It's underrated. Yeah, it's a good book. Here, I'll even show you. Checklist Manifesto by Atul Gawande. Great science writer, Malcolm Gladwell's review. Yeah, it's a good book, okay? So basically, my order operations and the Checklist Manifesto, they come from the sort of same intellectual background, okay? You gotta like operationalize, proceduralize your processes. Apprehend in this case would be, anybody know? Apprehend can mean, by the way, super critical word for the SAT. You need to know the multiple definitions of apprehend. It's not only this definition, but there's another definition. Harry is correct. Arrest is correct. You can apprehend a criminal, but you can also apprehend what? You can apprehend a concept. You can understand a concept just like comprehend. So you need to know the multiple definitions of apprehend. Woo! And now I'm really just dizzy because I have not eaten for more than 24 hours. I am tired. I want to take a break. I'm like getting dizzy, guys. All right, well, that's it for today. I was doing some spelling bee, some free rice, some Wordle, and I need to take a break. All right, guys, I'll see you guys. Harry, thanks for the OO idea. Shout out to Harry for the OO idea. I'll probably make that in the next couple of days. I'm about to pass out right now, so I'm gonna go. All right, peace out, guys. And as always, in your daily life, in your day-to-day, keep on learning, keep on growing. I'll see you guys in the next one.